Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively, we are the Office Blokes.
Yeah.
True factual statement. Look, we're in a bit of Office Blokes merch today. I never normally do that, do I?
I wasn't sure if it was a cheeky...
If it was snide. Oh, no, the other channel we reacted to. What was it? Cheeky...
Can't remember.
Bikes.
Cheeky Bikers.
Was it the biking one?
No.
I don't think it was it?
Can't remember.
Yeah, we reacted to a video before where the person...
Cheeky Boxing.
Cheeky Boxing.
Yeah, something like that, wasn't it?
But ripped off our OB logo and used a CB. Shocking behaviour. Anyway, the Whittakers are a family that we reacted to recently.
Yeah.
It was quite sad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and not to be sort of patronising, but the fact that people live like that was kind of...
Someone told me that they'd done a GoFundMe program and had the house renovated on a GoFundMe program.
All right.
So I don't know if it was more renovated towards their needs and requirements.
Yeah. Well, it was just a shack, wasn't it, when we saw him in it? There was nothing
it's
there.
pretty basic, wasn't it, I think, by the look of it.
Yeah.
At least if there's not going to be a lot going on in their lives, then, you know, a nicer house with a bigger TV, you know, and things like that minimum.
Yeah.
Well, things for them to do that's around there that would occupy the two brothers, I think it was.
Didn't one of them die since that video, though?
I don't know.
Oh, no, one
One of them
died.
died. They had him buried in the garden.
Yeah, that's the one. It was on this channel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Soft White Underbelly.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch another one, The Whittakers, a West Virginia inbred family tree explained. So it should answer a few questions we had from the last one.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
In 2020, Mark posted a video on his channel, Soft White Underbelly, that brought instant attention to this family deep inside rural West Virginia. The Whittakers and their poverty-stricken conditions won the hearts of so many across the nation, for he showed the humanity of this family. From the outside, they could seem strange and mysterious with their nonverbal members like Ray, Lorraine, and Timmy, but when we get to view them up close, we came to realize, yeah, they're poor, yeah, they're messy, but they care for each other, and each of them have their own personalities and contributions to the family. Take Betty, for example. She's the matriarch of the group, keeping them all fed and clothed and taken care of. Then there's Ray and Timmy. They may not speak, but they're big bowls of sunshine and put a smile on your face whenever you see them, and you begin to realize that they can communicate quite effectively in their own ways. Most of the information I got from Mark and his videos, so all credit goes to him, including some of the stills I'll be using in this presentation. But in this video, along with...
So that was the one that graduated high school, let us say, and also can't speak.
Timmy.
Yeah, but he was sat there with what looked like paperwork and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just he can't articulate very well, but he is.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe more intelligent.
With my additional genealogical research, I managed to piece together the family history of the Whittakers and create this family tree so we can see where they came from and reveal where each of these family members sit within their clan. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Here on Moral Faces, I take family trees and untangle them so that we can see the bigger picture of famous individuals we read about, where they came from, and what their deal was. I also have some news for you all. For those of you who've seen my most popular video, King Tut's Inbred Family Tree, you can now buy the PDF on my Etsy channel, so you can print it and have your very own hard copy poster of this tree. Print it as a stocking stuffer this Christmas or a birthday present, or just show
He
how
needs to
crazy
do one for
family
Danny
trees
Dyer,
can
doesn't he?
really be. This is
Yeah.
one of hopefully more to come, so if you'd like to support this channel, you can purchase my new posters. Here's the Whittakers family. At the bottom we can see Lorraine, Timmy, Betty, Ray, Larry, and Kenneth. But I'm going to start at the top and then work our way down. The earliest Whittaker ancestor I could find was Joseph Musgrave Whittaker I, who came to America in 1755 as a newborn. Both his parents, we don't know their last names, but their first names were Charles and Rosie Ann. Charles and Rosie Ann were from London, England. Charles was born in 1705 and christened at Holy Trinity the Less in London, while Rosie Ann was born in 1725. When Charles was 50 and Rosie Ann was 30, they departed for America. Joseph was born on the ship, but during their voyage, the parents died. Baby Joseph was now an orphan. We don't know if he was traveling with other family who adopted him, or if they had friends, or if a random stranger from the boat adopted him, but somebody did because he survived and settled in Wythe, Virginia, and died in 1838, aged 83, with 11 children and a wife named Zobedia Obedience. Since we don't know his parents' last names, the surname
Zobedia Obedience.
Yeah, I
What
was
a
thinking,
name.
Wow.
Biddy.
Biddy, yeah. That's 11 kids. Lived till 83 years old as well. That's not
Yeah.
bad going for those times, is it?
Absolutely not, yeah.
Whittaker could have been given to him by his adoptive parents, or maybe Whittaker was his true family name. We don't know. One of Joseph Whittaker the first sons was James Harvey Whittaker Sr., born in 1778, and he died in 1864, aged 86. He got married and had about 11 or 12 children, and one of his sons was James Jr. in 1816. He married Pamela, and they had Thomas Willis Whittaker, who died in 1892. From Thomas, this is where the interesting entanglement happens. Thomas married Elizabeth Perkins, the daughter of James and Lucy Perkins. Elizabeth had a sister, Mary, who married Samuel Riggs. They had 6 other siblings, but we're going to focus on these 2. Mary and Samuel had children of their own, and 2 of them were Macy and Ada. Both sisters married into the Whittaker family to 2 of the children of Thomas and Elizabeth. So their mother-in-law, Elizabeth, was also their aunt. With the 7 children from Thomas and Elizabeth, the 2 twin boys, Henry and John, are the ones we want to focus on. Both were born in 1882. John married Ada Riggs, and Henry married another girl, Sarah Burton. Then each of the twin boys and their wives had a family of their own, and it's these 2 families that come together again with Betty and her siblings. Henry and Sarah's 5th child was John Emory Whittaker in 1913, and John and Ada's 6th child was Gracie Irene Whittaker in 1920. Both were paternal first cousins, sharing the same grandparents, Thomas and Elizabeth, but also second cousins sharing the same great-grandparents, James and Lucy. According to Larry, their dad John was a coal miner and could be mean sometimes and give a spanking when they got in trouble. He would walk to work every day and people would give him rides coming home. He got hurt in the mines one time and it messed up his back. According to Betty, their mom was rough on the girls. She wouldn't even let them go on dates. When their mom, Gracie, was 44, she got sick. She had heart trouble and cancer, so she had difficulty standing. And this is when Betty began to take on more responsibilities at home, after school, and take care of the others. She promised her mom she would never get married and always look after her siblings. John and Gracie brought their family genes back together with their 15 children. The ones that I dropped down got married. Eileen Violet died when she was 60. She was a homemaker and died from a heart attack, but she did have a son, Frankie, and 2 grandchildren when she passed in 1997. Then there's Emery Whittaker. He died 3 months old from pneumonia. Barbara died when she was 68. She was a homemaker and member of the Baptist Church in Odd, West Virginia. She enjoyed going to church, picnics, and spending time with her family. Based on her photo, it is possible that she inherited a disorder like her siblings, but she was married and widowed. The 4th child was Nanny Lou, born in 1942, but we don't know when she died. All we know is that she was buried in Hannah Lily Cemetery, West Virginia, and she was married. Connie's next. We don't know much about Connie or her birth date, nor if she passed. All I know is that she was probably an older sister born after Nanny, but I don't know if she was born before or after Freddie. She was married with her husband James. The 6th child was Freddie. He was the one that Mark and the family mentioned in his video. He passed in 2013 and is this man in the popular Whittaker photo alongside Ray and Timmy, taken in 2004. The 7th child was Lorraine, the quietest one of the bunch. She was born in 1946 and is 76 years old as of 2022. She unfortunately was assaulted in her 30s, resulting in her son, Timmy, which makes Timmy the nephew of Betty and the rest of the gang. He was born in 1979. Mary Madeline is next. She died at 10 months old. And then there's John Wade, born in 1950 and died this year in 2022, age 71, following a long battle of lung cancer. He was a helpful man, ready to help his neighbors, and he also enjoyed planting and gardening. He was married to Rosemary, and together they had 5 boys: Carl, Wayne, Jeremy, John, and Jason. His son Jason could be the same Jason that Mark and Betty mentioned went to prison and left his little dog in the care of Betty. John also had...
He looks quite normal compared to the other ones, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does, yeah, more, yeah.
So I wonder if, like, of those 16 kids, whatever it is, the issue has kind of skipped some of them and affected some more.
Yeah, could have done.
It's crazy. Imagine having 16 kids, though.
That's a line, isn't it? I'm a bit surprised by some of the, like, births and deaths, sort of like, how can I put it? You know, some of the certificates and stuff like that, because normally, if it's a death,
you find them.
Normally, it
should
like,
be a record of it.
Yeah.
There's records, isn't there? But there's some of these, there's no records. It seems a bit.
Well, they might have just
a bit odd,
disappeared.
that. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's sort of like, you know, when they died, know where they're buried, but you think there'd be some sort of paperwork and something to go with it, wouldn't you?
I suppose the people responsible for filing the paperwork are probably some of the people we saw in that video, where it's like,
maybe,
you know, unless someone's going to do it for them, you know, it might not be happening. Yeah.
Several grandchildren and one great-grandson. Betty is their 10th child, and she was born in 1952, which makes her 70 in 2022. And then her younger brother was Ray, one of our favorites. He was born in 1953. He is 69. Larry, he along with Kenneth, were the two new Whittakers introduced in Mark's 2022 videos. Larry, who is 66 as of this year, lives in the trailer across the street where the family's childhood home used to be before it fell down. He was married but not anymore, and he has a daughter also named Betty. After Larry comes Kenneth, born in 1957 and is 65. He was married to a woman named Amber, but then got divorced. He has a stepdaughter as well. Kenneth moved into the newly built house beside his brothers and sisters, but ran out of money to finish the drywall. Both him and Larry help take care of Ray, Timmy, and Lorraine alongside Betty, but he does work. One of his previous jobs was cutting timber and working in the country club. He usually does the cooking in the evening while Betty does breakfast. The youngest daughter was Judy. She was born in 1959 and died in 2021, aged 62. She was married to Arnold Accord, who passed away in 2014, and she lived down the street from Betty and the gang. She had 7 children, 4 boys, 3 girls, and many grandchildren. Finally, we have Michael Stephen, or Stevie Whittaker. He was born in 1950 or 1960 and then died in 2001. To end this family tree, there's one woman, Janice Whittaker, who died in 2004. If you watched Mark's videos on the Whittakers, Mark mentions that he met the Whittakers in 2004 when he was doing his book, and they were having a funeral for someone. He said possibly an aunt. Well, it turns out Janice was the sister-in-law to the family born in 1953. This would make her in the age range to be a sister-in-law to one of the siblings, maybe Larry or Kenneth's previous wife, or even Michael. And that's the mysterious Whittaker family tree brought to life. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can check out my other family trees.
I didn't realise there was that many still alive and sort of...
Well, a lot to take in there.
I imagine with like disorders that come down with like family trees like that. I don't know, it's with families marrying into families. It has to be a big tree, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think it sort of like steps down one generation. I think it has to go on. It eventually crosses on, because you're not going to get... I'm sure you do get it in some countries around the world, like brother and sister. And I've heard of stories where brother and sister have met and they didn't even know they were brother and sister.
Yeah.
You see it on like that long lost families and things like that you see. Don't know, but yeah, can you imagine sort of like crossing paths with someone like that and then being a part of that gene pool?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Absolutely.
Someone you might not even know.
Yeah,
I know.
Like I say, when there's that many siblings, that many kids, you know, it's I suppose it's highly likely, isn't it? Well, not highly
especially
likely,
in a small town.
I'll listen to a psychologist talk about incest, weirdly enough. And they said that one of the theories is that if you grow up as a kid with someone, there's just something in your brain that says family no go. So there's no attraction there. But if you, like a brother and sister that have never met, could meet as adults and be attracted to each other, because that thing's not developed in the brain.
You wouldn't know.
And I suppose when you've got families of like 16 kids there, 11 kids there, 12 kids there, cousins and cousins, you know, they're probably, some of them might have only met a few times. Or
you'd probably lose track yourself of who you're actually related to, wouldn't you? You know, probably certainly the ones that's slightly more distant, maybe.
Well, the parents were cousins, it turned out, didn't it? But then they were cousins and second cousins at the same time or something. So there was already inbreeding going on before that.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It sort of like joins up, gets closer and closer. As it bigger it gets,
it compounds sort of thing, where you've already had some and now you can have more, and then it's crazy. But again, I didn't realise when we saw that video, I think there was 4 of them and I thought that was probably the only surviving ones, but it turns out there's loads.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, surprising.
I wonder if they all still living. Is it with WID? Was it called something like that?
I thought it was Odd.
Was
it Odd?
Yeah, Odd.
West Virginia.
Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.